let's fast forward. Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. That entire card is off. Condolences to the Queen and everyone over there in England. That has basically put a halt to England, which is it's kind of amazing, that you that revered and that and respected. So we had to push this one off. We're going back at it October 15th.
That night is lit.
So we don't break news. You know what I mean? So obviously y'all already know that the fight's postponed. I got something to say about it, which is why I wanted to bring it up. I talk about timing all the time. And you know that timing is very sequential in the sport of boxing. Today it could be your day. It could be your day at 3:00 in the afternoon, and then you get the wrong phone call, or you leave a shoe at the room, anything, and all of a sudden your whole day has just kind of starts to turn over. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I don't know about you yet, but me as a fighter, what we would do is we would say, hey, we got to protect Shawn. Whatever he needs, whatever needs to get done, protect him so that he's not upset. Protect him so that he ain't got to focus on nothing else or think about anything but the fight. And it was a thing where we were just in line like soldiers until we got into the room. And then once we got in the room, we loosened up just a little bit, but we still kept everything tight and ready for the fight. And my thing is with this fight specifically, with the co-main and the main both, is that the timing for this weekend, who was it perfect for? And who is going to benefit from the extra or the increased couple of weeks of maybe even not even preparation, but you should know how it is at this point where you got your weight to where it needs to be. You've been eating what you need to be. And then now all of a sudden everybody say, pull back, hold up, that ain't the time. And it's like now you got to reconstruct the training. You got to reconstruct the brain. You got to reconstruct the nutrition and the whole nine. And so I understood what was going on over there, but I hated. And I said, you know what? If there was any sport that needed to continue for a moment to take place, it's the sport of boxing. And so I knew it was going to be postponed, but I hated that it had to be postponed. Yeah. So you live in those what ifs and the unknown of whose night would it have been. I trust that everybody's gonna make the adjustments that they need to make with their teams and things of that nature. But I just wanted to note that everybody out there, you gotta understand that Saturday night was somebody's night. And now we won't know, but we'll see how this one plays out. And if anybody has anything to say, like, hey, I had to take off or I had to go back home and do this or that, you know what I mean? They've already traveled over there. Are they staying there? Are they going to come back? You know what I mean? There's a lot of components now to this bad boy. And I really hated that this fight had to be postponed. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there real quick.
Yeah, man. I was sad too, though. I ain't even going to lie. Like, it's crazy because the day before it got postponed, I'm watching the interviews and all the extra stuff, them talking trash, both of them, Michaela and Clarissa. Yeah. And the day before, the day it got postponed, I'm like, dang, I was just really starting to get into it. You feel me? It's like, dang, they gonna postpone it. Yeah. But it's like at the same time, I was thinking, okay, the Queen had died. So it's like, even if they still do make this fight happen, how significant would the fight even be? How many fans will really show up to it? Because I know the whole week is that's for the Queen. Probably the whole month. True. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how significant would the fight even be? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So postponed probably was it's heartbreaking, but it's probably really worth it.
You ever are you like you a shit talker? Like you go after guys? Well, he hasn't gotten there just yet.
He has like some slick shit to you and just keep it going.
Yeah, I'm the type of person where if it's necessary, I would do it. Like I was sparring somebody yesterday, and you know how when somebody just so eager to hit you and you can see it. Oh, I might start talking trash to you. Yeah, because I know as soon as I start talking trash, you're gonna break down. And I love when guys break down mentally.
Well, the reason why I asked you that is because again, just kind of going back to strategy, and timing. I know a lot of fighters over the years who would basically create their moments where they're gonna let certain stuff go, and then they kept stuff in the reserve, and then week of the fight, it's Adrian Bronner. And then week of the fight, it's like
he was disrespectful.
It's like, whoa, like where did this come from?
Lit your ass up that week. I ain't gonna lie, I was laughing at it.
lit my ass up apparently. You know what I mean? I go front like, it's on YouTube if you want to check it out.
He was lighting Shawn up, man.
Adrian Peter versus Shawn Porter press conference.
And you didn't fight Adrian Bronner. Yeah. He think Adrian, you still mad about Adrian Peter?
Adrian Bronner versus Shawn Porter press conference. And I mean, my man said everything that could be said to me without disrespecting me. Like, you know what I mean?
All credit to you. You was. Hey, I've never seen Shawn budge one.
And on the inside, I was like thinking to myself, like, damn, how did he know this?
Okay. Because
I was like, oh, he been talking to somebody. Like all these thoughts are going through my mind, but I kept coming back to it. Don't even matter. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. But the history with the co-main and the main, and you know what I mean. Again, just that build up to that moment, and then like you got to get energy back to do that all over again. Right. You got energy to remind, like go back, and you got to figure out a new strategy in terms of talking shit to you, because you done heard it all by now. You know what I mean? Like I didn't.
That's a fact.
You done heard it all now. You know what I mean? So if that
Clarissa was breaking Savannah down, and shit talking, it was starting to affect her.
Yeah,
you could see it. But he was breaking her down.
That be the motivation though.
The shit talking.
Yes, for sure. That could be the motivation. For sure. Like if a person like Savannah doesn't really have that in her, so she's taking it all in. She probably in her head like, yup, I got something for her. I can't wait till we fight. I got something for her.
That's how it was when I fought Adrian.
Exactly. So she can't, just because she can't, say it in dialogue, but she's taking all that in. But Michaela and Alicia, on the other hand, they gonna do that all day. You feel me? But I honestly feel like Michaela is more so calmer in the sense, because I feel like Alicia got more so to prove. Yeah. And Michaela carrying it like, I've been here before. You just another opponent, but you gonna hear what I got to say at the same time. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like both fights I feel like both fights are main event fights though.
They are.
But it's great that they are making it come together, because it's making women's boxing even bigger.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic card.
For sure.
Excuse me, for women's boxing.
Keyshawn, you fought in the Olympics. Can other countries talk shit like we talk shit? I was looking at, because at the end of the day,
I was there too.
All right. My bad.
And I was
he's some more recent.
And I was at the Pan American Games. You went to the Pan Am?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, my bad. All right. You don't talk shit though. So anyways, but I don't feel like Savannah, obviously Michaela American, Alicia American, Clarissa, and Savannah. I don't feel like Savannah there was a raised like that.
Yeah, you right. They don't really. Different countries don't do that at all. They don't do that at all. The only person I seen, I won't even say talking because he don't speak my language. It was this guy from Armenia. He just carried himself like as if he was just a god.
The shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at him like, boy, you know who you gotta fight tomorrow? You're crazy. You feel me? Like, you gotta fight me, boy. You better lower that chest a little bit. You walk a little bit too high for me.
Yeah.
If I spoke English, I would've been on him crazy. You feel me? But like, I feel like if he spoke my language, he would've been talking.
Yeah.
Because he's just how he carry himself. But different countries don't talk at all.
Yeah.
They respectful. I was sparring this kid from, it wasn't the UK, Australia. And they speak our language. And I'm not talking to him at all because I'm getting off on him, but I'm like doing like little gestures like I'm having fun in there.
I'm over here like this. Like,
I was like, what's the gesture?
Hit the rewind. You'll see me. Hit the rewind.
Like I'm having fun in there. Like I like to play basketball and hit you. Type of thing. Or like I flinch at you like, what you gonna do? You feel me? And the coach is like, come on, man, that's very disrespectful. You can't be playing like that, man. That's very disrespectful. You just gotta keep it clean cut boxing. And I'm like, huh? What is you talking about? We're fighting, bro. This is not no clean cut boxing with me. I'm gonna fight you. And I'm gonna have fun in front of your face. So to answer your question, like different countries is just they raise different.
Yeah.
They raise different.
Yeah. Could have asked me. Anyway, if you don't know, Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, Alicia Baumgartner, and Michaela Mayer fighting October 15th, 2022. So we got a couple weeks.
It still starts early, so it doesn't cross with the Deontay Wilder card.
Okay.
So it's a full day of boxing. I'm not 100%
an entire
sure,
day of boxing.
But yeah, it's a full.
Yeah.
Do you think that still take away from the females though, being that they fight on a big day? Because the female, like that date they had at first was them.
It was
like,
perfect. It was perfect.
It was perfect for them. I don't think it takes away from them.
Because it's in a different country, or just because
I think it doesn't take away from them. Number one, because I would say actually number two because of the time. Number one, because of these women. They are who they are.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to any other cards, but this card specifically and these two fights are two of the most anticipated female fights in years. And I think you just can't take away from that.
Yeah, that's a fact. I understand that. Yeah.
And I think what the other two young Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, what they were able to do earlier this year, I really do. I think that it set the table for females boxing. I think it put females boxing on another level, and I believe that these women are going to kind of solidify what women's boxing is now. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's a wave that's coming in.
Yeah,
it's a humongous wave.
Yeah,
and you know everybody that's coming up right now from the amateur ranks. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I think Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, they set the stage, and these women are gonna just let it go.
Do y'all see like any rematches between the two fights?
I can see both.
I could definitely see a rematch between both. Also, let's do this. I don't know. Is it possible? You never know with the business of boxing. Let's do Katie throw Katie in there too. And Serrano. Let's have a 3 women main event. That'll be a hell of a night of boxing for women.
I feel like
that's a pay-per-view night for women.
I feel like when they keep building women's boxing up like this, and everybody in the boxing world coming together watch this, it's gonna bring a lot more money to boxing too.
Yeah.
Because females bring other females watching boxing. There you go. And that's really what we need in boxing.
There you go.
That's really what we need in boxing. It's more like females, like more cross-gender.
Yep.
But if you can do a card where you can get all 3 of those big matches and rematches on the same card,
yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Because you got men.
That's a pay-per-view nobody would be mad for.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, you got men that just hate on women just because they're women. When you don't take time and look at the talent. There's real talent in that ring. Yeah. Better than most men that fight. Yeah. So at the end of the day, if you get something like that, you'll get more respect.
Yeah.